Kiara, I'm PJ.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I kind of talked to your parents before, but I want to let you know about the confidentiality issues. Anything that we talk about here is between you and I, unless I feel like someone's harming you or you are a harm or a threat to somebody else. Okay? Are you okay meeting with me? Is this all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm in 8th grade. School year's ending. I don't play any sports,
Okay.
but I enjoy watching Netflix, and I enjoy spending time with my family.
Okay. What's family life like? Are you only child?
I have an older sister who's going to turn 17 soon, and my parents are divorced. And it's been that way, like, almost my whole life.
But family life is good, so.
Yeah.
Okay. What about school? Anything going on there?
Yeah, like, we have our finals coming up, and it's really stressing me out.
Okay. So the reason why mom and dad kind of wanted to have you come and talk to me was that they feel like you're a little bit more stressed or upset with this coming, like the end of the school year. Has anything been going on for the past couple of weeks that maybe has been upsetting you?
Well, my social studies teacher just gave us like 3 huge assignments to work on, all like the first assignment Monday, second assignment Tuesday, third one Wednesday, and so it's just really stressful getting all of those all at once, trying to work on them.
Okay, what kind of assignments are they?
Well, one of them was an essay, another one was a timeline that we had to use details with. There's 20 events, and we had to write 5 sentences for each. And the one we're doing now is an overview of the whole year, A to Z, and we have to use each letter as the title of what we're going to be writing about, and then we have to write 5 to 7 sentences for each of those.
Is that something new, or has he done this type of?
No, we normally just take tests. We've never really done projects.
Is this a solo project?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you typically have problems when it comes to projects, either getting them done on time or?
No, it's just that we got all 3 all at once. That kind of stressed me out.
What do you typically do when you get stressed out?
Just kind of hold it all in, try to push through.
Can you give an example of when that's probably happened before?
Yeah, last year when I was doing that in math class, I didn't really say anything because there was like 32 kids in our class. I didn't say anything, and I ended up having really bad grades in math last year.
How'd that go on at home?
My parents were not happy with my grades in math class.
When this occurred before, did you kind of feel like you could talk to someone about it, or how did you feel about?
Sort of. I just felt like I also had like other things going on in my life that school just wasn't really what I was worried about.
Okay. Can you give me an example? Is it more like social thing?
Yeah, at the time, like almost a little over a year ago, my friend had lost her mom, and my other friend had lost her brother. So like, my friend group was having issues, and so I just like didn't really think about school that much.
So that sounds like a lot to deal with someone your age. How was your friend?
Well, one of them's better now, and the other one's really still dealing with the loss of her mom because she had lost her sister just a year before that too.
Did you kind of feel like school had to take a back seat in order for you to help with your friends? Yeah. That's tough for someone your age. Had that ever been, is that like the first time you've ever had to deal with death before?
Well, like, mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still friends with that person?
One of them I'm still really close with. The other one, kind of, after that, she just kind of did her own thing and kind of moved on from everyone.
How'd that make you feel?
I mean, it was okay because I knew that she had found, like, a different group of friends who, like, made her happy, so.
Do you have a close set of friends that you can kind of lean on when times get tough? Yeah.
I hang out with them almost every weekend.
That's good. Are they in your class?
Well, they're in my grade, but we have different pods, so she's in a different pod. Nice, Megan.
So what's a pod? I've been out of school for a while, so I don't understand what a pod is.
So, at my school we have pods. There's 4 for each grade, and so you have what's called a house. So you have your pod in 6th grade, and then So, for example, like I had pod 3 in 6th grade, and then all of the people in pod 3 went to pod 9, and all the kids that were in pod 9 went to all the kids in pod 3 went to pod 5, all the kids in pod 5 went to pod 9, and then those kids went to high school. So, you just stay with the same kids up through each pod. So, they pretty much just randomly divide the grade into 4 different parts, and they call them pods or teams.
So you stick with that, your pod for the...
Yeah, and then we just change teachers, and we have most of our like core classes on team, which is just like a pod area with 5 classrooms.
Do you like that, or
I wish I could see like my other friends more.
do you feel like you don't have a lot of friends in the pod you're in now?
I mean, I've like made friends over the past 3 years with them, but like my best friends are in that pod.
When do you get to see them during the day?
Mostly just gym and music or lunch.
Okay, so you're kind of like on your own in a sense throughout the school day. When you get, let's say, upset during a class, what do you typically do if your friends aren't there to rely on?
Well, I guess I just like go to the bathroom or I'll go to my guidance counselor.
So you have a good relationship with your guidance counselor?
Yeah.
Is that someone you're able to talk to when things get upset for you?
Yeah, she's pretty busy because she's like the best guidance counselor at our school. But
Yeah.
I feel like if there was really an issue, she's really good about getting to me.
Well, that's good that you have almost like an open door policy with her and that she's there for you when you need her. Are there teachers you can talk to, or is it really just...
Sometimes, like last year, I had a teacher that I could talk to, but like really this year, I haven't had like a good connection with a lot of my teachers. Like not a bad one, we just aren't as close.
Yeah. That's got to be hard in a sense. When you feel frustrated, you can't really talk to anybody. Have you talked to mom and dad maybe about...
Sometimes mom, not really. Normally just like I might talk to my sister sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really talking about it with my family.
Because you said your sister's older, right? So she's probably already been through the whole pod setting and stuff like that. Does she kind of help you sort through that, or is it just...
Sometimes. Like sometimes she'll just like listen to me if I need to just vent.
Well, that's good. You always need someone to have, to be able to vent too. So you guys aren't in the same school?
No, but we will be next year.
You will. Are you excited about that aspect?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think it's like a good way to like end stuff because she's going off to college, so it's a good way to like be in the same school before she leaves, spend time together.
So 8th grade is the end of middle school. Are you excited, or are you somewhat nervous about entering high school?
I'm excited. I don't really like my school that much. The administration's not the best.
No? Can you give me an example of how that's...
Well, they make everything less fun. Like on Spirit Day, I brought a flag that said Saturdays are for the boys, which is just like a college sports saying, and it was just a cool flag, and I brought it, and they took it away because they said I was being sexist, and I was like, I'm a female holding this flag. I don't think any girl in here is going to be offended because it's kind of like a common thing people say.
Right.
And so they took that away, and then the other day at our dance, they sent some girls home for showing too much of their back, which really did not make any sense. So they just like don't make things they'll like have fun events and then just like suck the fun out of it.
Yeah. So middle school's not very fun for you then?
No.
Was it ever fun, or has it always been
in 6th grade? It was like okay, they were like really easy on the rules, and they weren't like, and it wasn't just because we were in 6th grade, it was just like the whole school, like they had like easy rules and stuff, and then 7th grade came and they really just started getting strict, and then this year they got really strict. Like when we were in 6th grade, we were like allowed to go on our phones like only at like lunch, and then it was only like you couldn't use your phone at all last year, and then this year they're like you shouldn't even have your phones. But my teachers are pretty like okay about it. They don't care that much. As long as we're not like using our phones all of class, but like we can have it out on our desk or something. We can like look at it when we want.
So it sounds like socially it's kind of frustrating because you can't really be yourself. When it comes to grades, you had mentioned before last year you had struggled with math. How are your other academic classes? How are you doing in those?
Most of my classes this year have been good except for French, which has been kind of a struggle because, again, there's a lot of kids in the class, so she can't really, she has a hard time helping everyone. and the lessons just went by really quick. But the last lesson has been really good for me, and I went from a C plus to a C minus to a D, but now I have an A minus. So it's been good.
Do you feel like there's a lot of stressors to kind of keep good grades? How are your sister's grades?
They're okay. She's like really better about like getting her homework done and stuff, but like at the end of the day, I end my day with French, which is already like I'm already tired, and then that like wears me out. So when I get home, I like my first thought is not homework. It's just like napping or something or relaxing, and yeah. So I've had a hard time like wanting to get my homework done after school.
Yeah. Do you think that's kind of the reason why maybe you're feeling some anxiety towards this project? It's kind of, is it something you have to do outside of school?
I mean, he hasn't really given us like he like gives us class time, so he like didn't really say like, oh, you should be here by this day, but I've pretty much got really caught up on that. It's just this last assignment, the A to Z thing's been stressing me out. But I got caught up on my essay and my timeline real quick. But it's just that um, the limited class time we had, I don't have a study hall, so that's bad. So I can't like work on it during study hall. I only had either class time or home time.
Okay. So you kind of mentioned before, I just want to go back to, you said when you come home, you kind of want to relax. When do you typically do your homework?
Well, sometimes if I'm really feeling motivated, I'll do it after school, but other times, like, I won't do it until, like, my mom gets home or I get to my dad's house, and I'll just, like, relax for, like, an hour or two after school.
So it's not like you really blow homework off. You do
Like,
it.
I'll do it. It depends on the assignment. Like, if it's, like, a really difficult assignment, I'm
Mhm.
not, like, I won't do it, but, like, most of the time I'll either, like, get it done, like, right before I go to my dad's house, like, when I get to my dad's house, or, like, when my mom gets home. Just because, like, it's, like, my quiet time when no one's around.
Do you not have a lot of quiet time?
I mean, I do. It's just, like, when my parents get home, or, like, when my mom gets home, like, it's just, like, we talk about, like, our day, and me and my sister just sit in the kitchen. She does her homework, too, so it's, like, we all just talk, so it's,
Yeah.
like, it's not as quiet as it would be after school when it's just me at the house.
So you kind of feel like you need that alone time. How do your parents, do they know about your alone time? Are they okay with it, or do they get upset that you're not coming home and, let's say, doing your homework right away?
I don't think they get really that upset about it. It's just, like, doesn't make a difference as long as I get my homework done.
You kind of made a comment about how if the work's kind of hard for you, you tend to push it aside. Or do you find yourself getting distracted when that happens and you really don't want to deal with it? Like, what goes on if that happens?
I guess, like, if something seems hard to me and I, like, haven't even, like, tried the assignment yet, I just, like, won't do it and I'll just put it off for a while, and then when, like, due dates come up, we'll start talking about, like, passing it in. That's when, like, that's when I'm just like, okay, I need to get this done, which is probably not the best technique, but.
So you kind of feel like you wait towards the last minutes. Is that
Definitely.
what's happening with this social studies project? Are you?
No, I guess, like, I'm doing it in school, but I just think that, like, I have a C plus in that class, so it's like I want to be able to, like, get a good grade on it, but with the limited time I have, like, I'm probably gonna end up, like, rushing this assignment or not getting a good grade on it and not having the time to redo the assignment because it's due 2 days before school ends, so, like, I don't really have the time to redo it, so it's
Right.
like just the time limit I have.
So I'm wondering if maybe a structure, or if we kind of plan out like a schedule for you, because it does seem like time management is what's causing this, anxiety when it comes to grades and the pressure you feel to kind of do good, but you feel like you don't have enough time. And maybe if we, you and I both sit down together and figure out a schedule where, I think having that alone time is important. That's kind of like your relaxation, and you can kind of decompress from what happens after school, especially if you have a rough day. But it's good and bad in a sense because you're adding more stress to your life, because when this due date comes, you're kind of all over the place. and I know you want the good grade. You said you had pretty decent grades. You went from a D to an A, which is amazing. So you definitely have, the work ethic and the potential to do well. But it just seems like you are, I don't want to say okay with pushing things until the last minute, but it doesn't seem like you are very willing to ask for help when you need it. Do you think that kind of happens a lot, or
Yeah.
any reason why you think that happens?
I don't know. I guess I'm just like too shy to ask a teacher for help when I need it.
Why would you feel shy? Because this is, now you said before, like you follow pods, but in different teachers, but you have that same teacher for the year, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just like I never really feel like I want to ask for help because I just like I don't know. I guess I'm just too shy too. I don't like I said, like I don't have like the best like the closest relationship with my teachers. It's pretty much just like you're my teacher. You give me the assignment. I'll like get it done and give it to you. It's just like not like a like I talk to them at team time kind of thing where it was like with some of my teachers last year.
So it seems like you had better relationships last year with the teachers, and this year it's not. You're kind of distancing yourself from them.
Yeah, it's just like I'm ready to get out of there.
So I'm wondering too, because like you said, you're going into the high school next year, so you're gonna have 4 more years of school. I do think, kind of setting up a set schedule for you, making sure you have that relaxation time because that is important, but also kind of like a schedule where you go, okay, if I have a project due on the 15th, I'm going to maybe do 20 minutes a day working on it. But I'm curious about the shy aspect also. Um, you seem like an outgoing person. You said you brought a flag to, Spirit Day, which definitely is, kind of focusing on you. So we need to figure out why you're so shy around teachers. Is it a male, female? Does it matter? Is it no?
No, it's just like most of my teachers just like give us our work and like tell us like to work on it. We can work on it in partners and stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to ask for help exactly, but um, sometimes I'll ask my friends for help if they're understanding it. Just I never want to ask my teacher for help.
What happened last year with math? Because you said you were able to kind of get the grade up, but you were almost failing. Did you have to ask a teacher for help, or
No, my mom reached out to my teacher, so it wasn't really me asking my teacher for help. My mom reached out to my teacher.
how do you feel about that?
That was okay, but that was actually not having a good relationship with my teacher either. We just did not get along, and so after like we'd have like meetings with my mom, like he'd act all nice and I'd act nice towards him, but like after that, like in the classroom, we just like we didn't like each other, and I mean some of it was just our like sarcastic personalities butting heads, but I don't know, we just like didn't get along very well, and so I didn't want to ask him for help because I didn't want to get yelled at or something, and he didn't want to help me because he didn't like me.
What made you think he didn't like you?
Well, most of it was just joking around, but he would like single me out in the class, and there was like one time where two boys like got kicked out of the class like as a joke, and like I mean he's just like he was trying to be funny and stuff, and he kicked them out, and then I don't know, he was just like next person who like laughs or says anything will go out like get kicked out with them, and that you guys all have to go in another room, and I didn't even do anything. He was just like Kira go, and I was like well, I didn't do anything. What? And he was just like he's like yeah, but I feel like we need a female in there so it doesn't look like I'm being sexist or anything. And so we didn't like each other, and I think we made it very obvious that we didn't like each other.
Do you feel like when you started this year, you kind of had that mentality of they're not going to like me?
Not really. I guess most of it was that two of my teachers were on sabbatical for the first part of the year, so we didn't have like the full year to like get to know each other, and the other teachers that like my social studies teacher I'm pretty okay with. He gives a lot of work and then just doesn't. He likes to like be funny and like joke around, have fun, and we just like have a hard time getting our work done. Other than when he like gives us actual built-in class time for it. And then my math teacher just doesn't get along with really anyone. He's just a grumpy old man.
We are at our time for tonight, but what I would like you to do tonight and kind of complete before our next session, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. And I know we talked about homework's not really, but what I would like you to do is kind of make me a timeline of what you do when you get home until bedtime. And what you and I are going to do is kind of sit down and figure out when we can schedule in homework time. Like I said, I want you to have that relaxation period. And I also want you to be able to continue, because I think having a relationship with your mom and your sister is great, that you guys sit and you all talk about your day. I think that's very, very important. That's great support, but I want to be able to kind of help you relieve some of the stressors that you're feeling, especially when big projects come. And I think once you actually are able to see that just, 20 to 30 minutes a day, you're still going to have your afternoon, and I think it's going to kind of lower the stress and the anxiety that you have towards these big projects, because that is a concern of your parents. They seem like, you kind of just like shut down because you don't want to do it. And like you said, you do kind of wait until the last minute. So that will be your homework assignment for tonight. Okay? And I will see you next week. It was great to meet you, Kara.